Hi, everyone. I'm Reverend Kathy Fernandes. I'm the spiritual director for the Center for Spiritual Living Chico, also known as CSL Chico. And I'm here today to talk about Love CSL Chico. First, I would like to take a moment to appreciate and give thanks to all of our donors and contributors, those that have either in time, talent, or treasure given to our center, given to one another, and shown the unity in community. And it is because of all of you contributing to each other in love, in peace, in joy, in connection with one another, that we have been able to sustain the center specifically through this pandemic. Since 1983, which has been a wonderful opportunity as we continue to grow together. And because of all the contributors, we've been able to continue our vision to inspire and empower people to live their spiritual magnificence, working together so that we can transform our world by knowing unity, love, joy, peace, and sharing our wisdom together. And our mission statement is, we provide spiritual education and tools and practices that uplift hearts, expand minds, and transform lives for a better world. So thanks to all of you for allowing that to happen. And today we're also talking about, what are we doing for the long term? Particularly during this difficult time, our board, which is also called the Stewardship Council, has been talking about, what are we doing to plan for our sustainability? Of course, like many of us, we all have to pay the bills on a monthly basis, but we also all have to plan for our future. No matter where we are in our times of our lives, that may mean different ways that we can contribute and plan and prepare for our sustainability. And we were talking about that for our center. And so the board actually came together, and we created what I'm calling a campaign called Love CSL Chico. And what is Love CSL Chico? It's an opportunity to sustain ourselves for the long term. What do we mean by that? Well, specifically, our Stewardship Council took an action back in May 2020. We took $25,000 that we had invested locally, and we moved that investment into the Science of Mind Foundation Endowment Fund. We were immediately matched another $25,000 by the Science of Mind Foundation. That gave us a total of $50,000 to be invested. And I'll talk a little bit more about exactly what that means and how it works. But you'll notice here on your left, you see the Center for Spiritual Living Chico Celestial Wall of Honor. And you'll also be seeing here, this is actually a room, an area inside the home office at the Center for Spiritual Living in Golden, Colorado. And we will actually have a wall plaque hanging there, joining other centers for spiritual living to help sustain the entire organization as well as us locally. So what does this mean specifically to CSL Chico? What this means is, while we invested that $25,000 and immediately got a return on investment of the match of $25,000, we will, there is an annual management fee of $1,000. So somebody at home office is actually managing all of these, really the Science of Mind Foundation endowment together to ensure the sustainability, making sure that we're invested for the long term. And then for any growth that happens with our endowment fund, 5% will be returned back to us annually. Now, if our growth is more than 5%, let's say that the fund actually grows at 12% this year, then the difference, another 7%, is actually reinvested back into the fund to continue to grow that principal. And again, on a yearly basis, 5% of that growth will come back to the center. So what that has meant so far is, again, we just invested in May 2020, and by the end of the second quarter, which of course is June 2020, we had already gained $1,235. We will continue to get quarterly statements and again, be paid annually based on those investments. So there are a lot of benefits to doing an endowment, and this is why the Stewardship Council chose to do this. Of course, having multiple streams of income is a way to secure and sustain ourselves. It also helps when different things happen, like a pandemic, that you have these multiple ways that income is coming back to the center. So the first benefit is it becomes some predictable income on an annual basis. So providing us revenue into our account yearly. In addition, I've had donors who have frequently said, I would like to donate to the center, and I do tithe to the center on a monthly basis. But I also would like to give to the center that is more lasting. How can I do that? And, you know, if you're interested in leaving a legacy because this center has inspired you and has empowered you and hopefully transform your life for the better, a way to give back is to donate to the endowment. And this then gives the donor the fulfillment that this is about sustaining our center and making impact in the long run, not just paying our bills on a monthly basis. The third benefit is, again, based on changing needs, looking for our long-term future, what programs, for instance, the kids program, the choir, and many aspects of the center, how do we continue to sustain ourselves financially? And obviously being able to have this stream of income helps provide for that. It also gives us a reputation. Again, it's good to plan, to manage our future, and donors now have a way to invest the funds and know that it's going to grow and impact the center in the long term. Again, providing our financial stability right now, obviously with markets that continue to go up and down, but a way to actually be giving back to us, particularly in these challenging economic times. It also helps create long-term relationship. Many of us have been a part of the center for a while, and many of us who step into the center, again, once we feel that our life has been transformed, we want to give back. And how can we create this relationship that allows for donors to give back long-term, to basically state, I want to see this center being around for future generations, and this is one way that I can do that, which helps every contributor feel like for the long-term vision of the center that they have been a part and a partnership in giving back to the center. And so, you know, the giving benefits, of course, again, many of you donate on a regular basis for our daily operations, and we appreciate that. And this also allows for when there is that extra income, when the universe has blessed us with the abundance that flows through us and through our lives, this is a way that you can give back for the long-term organization of tomorrow. So you may ask, what are the ways that I can contribute? And of course, cash donations can always be received, and that can be done in multiple ways. And also you can give securities. I know one particular contributor had actually had some income growth in a stock. They did not want to pay the capital gains on that stock, and so therefore they donated the security back to the center. And the center then let that grow, and when the time was ripe and appropriate, was able to also have that as a stream of income. Of course, many of you may have IRAs or annuities. Of course, with IRAs, when you turn 70 and a half years of age, then you, by the IRS, the rules are that you shall receive back from your IRA. You are able to actually gift that back to a nonprofit, such as the Center for Spiritual Living Chico, again, in another way to perhaps not have to pay so much in taxes. Many people end up with real estate, perhaps based on certain circumstances, don't want to manage it anymore. There have been people who've donated parcels of land that they had that weren't developed in other areas as, again, a possibility of future growth and development. Wills and trusts, of course, we were blessed significantly by our practitioner, Martha Dunbar, who in her will and her trust at the end blessed us with funds that have continued to feed us and nurture us as a form of a stream of income also. And of course, there are life insurances that also based on becoming the Center for Spiritual Living being written in as a beneficiary. So there's many ways that that people can donate to our center through the endowment fund. Those are just a few. But what it really takes is making a personal commitment. As many of us know, part of the success is being able to plan and then committing ourselves to that plan. And so we're asking each of you, are you interested? Are you willing to make a personal commitment to our center? And if you are, if you'd like to do that for the long term, to make a donation to our endowment fund. Now, there are many ways, there might be many questions that some of you have. If you would just like to donate via cash, again, unexpected income comes, and based on wanting to tithe a part of that unexpected income, you can go to our website and click on the donate button. And that donate button does allow you to choose the category to donate specifically to our endowment. So then we will make sure that that money reaches our endowment to continue to grow in the future. You can also get a hold of the main office or myself, Rev Kathy with a K, at cslchico.org, and we're happy to talk with you the multiple ways that you can contribute. So I just want to say thank you. Again, thanks to everybody who has been a part of our center. We are thriving in this time. I know that we can't be together. I look forward to the day that we can return to our building, return to hugging one another and seeing each other live. But in the meantime, I really want to appreciate all of the leaders, whether it's yoga, Course in Miracles, Law of Attraction, and many other opportunities to come together. We look forward to being able to see one another every Sunday during our inspirational service, through our music, and through all of our speakers and opportunities to connect one another, to know our greater good, to know that God is living in us, as us, through us, as love, as wisdom, as joy, and as peace. So bless you all. Thank you. And I look forward to seeing you soon. Bye-bye.